Well. Kenya's William Ruto is fast now to act to cancel the Adani deal in which he was about to contract him for 30 years the Kenyan National Airport, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Now, this came following after the United States has exposed Gautam Adani of the Adani Group CEO and owner, the business mogul from India, has been charged 265 million bribery fraud. So now, to give you a bit of a background, as we all know, the Kenyans have protested back in September when Ruto announced that he's going to lease Jomo Kenyatta's International Airport. Now, this was because they have found in his background this man has a fraud history. Also, the way the contract was handled to him was not a procedural one. It's kind of given to him. So some kind of corruption might have happened there. Even the Human Rights Commission of Kenya has taken the case to the High Court of Kenya, telling the court for the government not to take any action further. That the Kenyans have been protesting, especially the staff of the airport, for days, even international flights being cancelled because of it. The man has a long history of crime, environmental destroying, child labor abuse, all kind, and bribe and the corruption, fraud, all kinds of things. So knowing all this, the Kenyan government has handed this for almost $2 billion for this. And then the worst thing is that after it was even handed, after 30 years, the terms will be on the side of Adani, not really for Kenya, how he is going to repay back, or how the Kenyans have to repay or whatever. So it was more beneficial to the business group than Kenya itself. Even it's not even guaranteed it will be given back to the Kenyan government after 30 years. But even when it happens, it's more beneficial to him than that. So in all these surrounded problems, the government still pushed for this. But guess what? Now, when the United States announced it, the government comes and said, oh, okay, when undisputed evidences are found, there's no way that we are going to continue. So we call off this contract. So in other words, you are telling us, William Ruto, you only believe what is coming out of the United States, not when your people tells you, when your Human Rights Commission tells you. So you don't validate your own institution, you validate what comes out of the United States. In fact, let me tell you why the United States announced this is a bribery. By the way, it happened in India, not in the United States, but the United States just pulls the plug because they didn't like how Adani Group is becoming international. He even, was about to get the national airport of Kenya, also buying a port in Tanzania in the name of lease, but the profit is his own here and there. He's very international businessman. The group, one of the sectors they focus is the energy sector. And so you don't believe what your people tells you, and on the other hand, you tell us when the United States says then you act. That is an insult to Kenyans, really, and to us, but by large to Kenyans. the United States has a reason, because they don't want anyone except their own people to go that popular and successful in terms of business. They don't like that domination. They like to dominate, not they don't allow it when others do. So it's like now the United States will be watching like this to India. So I don't think in the Trump era they will have the same relations that they have with Biden and Modi. So it will be different. Also, it makes it very suspicious that now why this headline comes right away after Trump's election. Now that being said, okay, so Kenya has cancelled it. Let's see if there's anything new that this man said, Ruto, other than what I told you. Yeah, it's all about the same background. It's giving, it's all the same. But here are his words. Look, Ruto said, quote, I have stated in the past and I reiterated today that in the face of undisputed evidence or credible information on corruption, I will not hesitate to take decisive action. Accordingly, I now direct in furtherance of the principles enshrined in Article 10 of the Constitution on transparency and accountability, and based on new information provided by our investigative agencies and partner nations, that's the procuring agencies within the Ministry of Transport and the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, immediately cancel the ongoing procurement process for Jomo Kenyatta International Airport expansion public-private partnership transaction, as well as the recently concluded Ketrako transmission line public-private partnership contract, and immediately commence the process on boarding alternative partners. Quote close. President Ruto told Parliament in his State of Nation address on Thursday. What a hypocrite leader. That's what he has been all along anyway. There's nothing new. Hypocrite. What I forgot to tell you, and what he mentioned in that as well, in that is actually also they have contracted him the energy sector as well. So he was in the power section, in the power also. And then contracting the airport, the national airport. So now all that is cancelled. But Ruto, you are such a hypocrite. They have told you, they have an evidence when your people, your institution presented it, and for you not to furtherance that contract, you did not obey. You didn't come up with such a speech. Now you are coming out to say something. And in fact, you didn't say the US bit of transparency. That's exactly what your institution asked for. That's exactly your own nations has asked you for. That there is no accountability and transparency, even the way you handed that contract to Adani Group. So such a hypocrite leader. Well, I mean, just wait and see. Now, will this be given for a homegrown investor, or even for that matter an African investors, or will it be given to the US, as Ruto's allegiance and loyalty is to the United States, or in general to the US-led West, not really his allegiance and royalty is not to his home, or to the nations that he's leading, not even to Africa. But let us know, to who are you going to give now this contract of the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and also the energy sector, the power sector? Time will tell. But from your reputation, we know exactly to who you are going to give. Let's see. Thank you very much for tuning in. And you go ahead and share, for who do you think that this contract will be given? And what are your thoughts? According to you, for who it should be given, and for who you think that William Ruto will give it. Let us know in the comment section. That would be interesting to know. Please subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and share the video with others. Please support us through our PayPal account. That will mean that for us to be here more often. And as well, hit that notification bell so that you will be notified for new uploaded videos and for our live stream sessions. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.